Good evening and thank you for joining us on ICU TV Main News today, the 21st of October 2025. To begin with, let's take a look at stories that are making headlines. Zambia commissions first over glucose and starch manufacturing plant. Zambia National Service continues to deliver on infrastructure development. Court upholds Nakacinda's 18 months conviction for defaming President Hichilema. And in our international news, passengers jump from windows in fatal Ethiopia train crash. In our sports news, Grace Chanda leads Zambia's Copper Queens squad ahead of Namibia's Wafcon qualifier. With the news in details, my name is Emmanuel Zimba. President Hakainde Hichilema has officially commissioned Trade Kings Group, Zambia's first ever glucose and starch manufacturing plant located in the multi-facility economic zone MFEZ. The $110 million facility positions Zambia as the third producer of glucose and starch in Africa after Egypt and South Africa, and is expected to create over 1,000 direct jobs. The plant will also benefit local farmers by purchasing 126,000 tons of maize annually, supporting value addition in the country's agribusiness sector. President Hakainde Hichilema has emphasized the government's commitment to improving the business environment to attract further investment and generate more employment opportunities across Zambia. The Zambia National Service has reaffirmed its commitment to driving the country's infrastructure development agenda through its Lands Development Branch. The unit has embarked on the upgrade of the Mike Mbao Crescent in Kafiwe to bituminous standard, a project aimed at improving mobility and supporting local economic growth.
The Zambia National Service Land Development Branch is currently constructing the Maikimbao Crescent in Kafiwe to bituminous standard. This project showcases ZN's commitment to infrastructure development and its role in supporting the government's efforts to improve the nation's transportation network. The upgrade is expected to enhance the socio-economic well-being of local people and contribute to the nation's economic growth. ZNS remains a trusted force for national development, working tirelessly to bring positive change and improvement to the lives of Zambians. With its expertise and dedication, ZNS continues to deliver quality infrastructure projects that benefit the nation. Precious Panda reporting for ICU TV News in Lusaka.
The Constituency Development Fund continues to play a key role in empowering youth and transforming communities across the country. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Administration, Dr. Gabriel Paulin has said. Speaking at the You Speak Youth Voices on Constituency Development Fund and Local Empowerment Workshop held at Mukango Golf View Hotel, Dr. Paulin highlighted the importance of CDF in driving development initiatives at constituency level. He emphasized that the fund is improving vocational training programs, startup capital for youth-led businesses, and support for education through bursaries, textbooks, and infrastructure development. Beyond individual benefits, Dr. Paulin noted that CDF projects are contributing to community transformation through construction of roads, bridges, and healthy facilities. Meanwhile, Northern Province Minister Leonard Mbao has urged civil servants to emulate the discipline and result-oriented work culture of the Zambia National Service, ZNS, describing it as a model of efficiency in public service delivery. Precious Banda has more in the following report.
In a world where public trust depends on integrity and accountability, Northern Province Minister Leonard Mbao has urged civil servants to emulate the Zambia National Service as a model of discipline and efficiency for effective service delivery across the province. During a contest call by ZNS Commander Lieutenant General Engineer Maliti Solochi in Kasama, Mr. Mbao commended the service for exemplifying the values he encouraged in line with the presidential directive. He appealed for ZNS technical support in completing installed infrastructure projects, including the Chambeshi Ring Road in Mungwi and the reconstruction of the collapsed Agro Bridge linking Sama and Kaputa district. The minister explained that the damage has forced residents to take a 2-day day tour through Luapula province. Meanwhile, Lieutenant General Solochi reaffirmed ZNS commitment to supporting development in Northern Province, pledging swift deployment of resources for key projects in line with President Hakainde Hichilema's vision of inclusive national growth. As Northern Province pushes to unlock its full potential, the call is clear. It will take the discipline of the Zambia National Service and the collective commitment of civil servants to turn vision into reality. Precious Banda reporting for ICU TV News in Lusaka.
The 60th Annual Policy Conference of the Southern Africa Migration Network, SAMIN, has officially commenced in Johannesburg, South Africa. The conference is focusing on critical issues including migration governance, statelessness, climate change, and regional collaboration, drawing delegates from over 10 countries across the region. Our reporter Miriam Deborah Gamani is in Johannesburg, South Africa, and gives us more in the following report.
We've concluded day one at the Southern Africa Migration Network 60th Annual Policy Conference right here in Johannesburg, South Africa. Delegates from over 10 African countries, including Zambia, Malawi, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Congo, Brazil, and others, have gathered to reflect on the progress that SAMIN has made since its launch in 2019. Now, the conference has brought together government officials, policymakers, migration-led organizations, academicians to sit and reflect and discuss on the pressing issues affecting migrants and refugees on the African continent. The Southern African Migration Network has met with delegates from over 10 African countries to discuss migration governance, regional cooperation, and the protection of migrants' rights under the theme Revisiting the Journey, Reflection, Realities, and Renewed Commitments for Migration Governance in Southern Africa. SAMIN chairperson Reverend Melton Luhanga spoke with us on the importance of collaboration across countries and shared his hope that the network will continue shaping policy and driving impact.
Today we are here in Johannesburg. I would say celebrating the work that SAMIN has done, the work that SAMIN has done since 2019, expanded its reach.
The IOM was represented by Maria Morarien, who stressed the need for practical frameworks to
migration, when effectively managed, holds significant potential to transform societies. At the heart of effective migration governance lies a simple but profound principle: the protection and promotion of human rights for all migrants, regardless of status.
Day one also featured the launch of the SAMIN research study alongside discussions on the thematic area of harmonization aimed at aligning migration policies and practices across borders for better regional governance. Meanwhile, countries' chapter reports from Zambia, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Botswana were presented alongside a panel discussion on countries' experiences. Taking the discussion further, I sat down with Zambia's Commissioner for Refugees, Mr. Donkola Kaneneka, who was guest of honor. He highlighted the importance of passion and dedication in addressing the migration issues. He praised the diversity present at the conference, calling it a strong reflection of regional cooperation. He also emphasized Zambia's progress approach in offering essential services such as healthcare, education, and housing at no cost.
The Southern Africa Migration Network. For me, this is a very good platform. Look at how many countries have attended, how many countries have been represented. Each country is giving its own experience.
The conference continues tomorrow with more discussions and the launch of 3 evidence-based regional reports. Miriam Deborah Gamani reporting for ICU TV News, South Africa, Johannesburg.
Thank you very much, Deborah, for that beautiful report. Moving on with our news. The Zambia Police Service has recorded an increase in road traffic accidents during the third quarter of 2025, with a total of 10,126 accidents reported across the country. Out of these, 583 were fatal, resulting in 753 deaths. Over 1,000 serious accidents were recorded, leaving 1,893 people seriously injured, while 1,959 were classified as slight accidents, with 2,702 people sustaining minor injuries. A further 6,524 were damage-only cases.
Lusaka province recorded the highest number of accidents with 5,249 cases, followed by Copperbelt with 1,293, Central with 1,042, Southern with 571, Northwestern with 565, Eastern with 403, Luapula with 316, Muchinga with 294, Northern with 203, and Western Province with 190 accidents. When compared to the same period in 2024, which recorded 8,970 accidents, there was an increase of 1,156 accidents, representing a 12.9% rise in 2025.
We now go for our first commercial break. Do join us on the other side as we bring to you more in our local stories. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Thank you very much for staying with us, and now we continue with our news. The Lusaka High Court has upheld the 18 months prison sentence of Patriotic Front Faction Secretary General Raphael Nakacinda for defaming President Hakainde Hichilema. Delivering the judgment, Lusaka High Court Judge Annie Ononuju confirmed that although the law criminalizing defamation of the president has since been repealed, it was still in effect at the time of Nakacinda's arrest in January 2022, making the conviction valid. Following his absence from the judgment proceedings, a benchmark warrant has now been issued for Nakacinda's arrest. Just months after being repaired, the Ruangwa Bridge of the Kitwendola Dual Carriageway has been vandalized again. leaving the Road Development Agency RDA frustrated. Thieves removed metal parts from the bridge's expansion joints, compromising the safety of motorists. The bridge was last repaired in February following similar damages. RDA has since dispatched a team from its Copperbelt office to carry out emergency repairs using more durable materials to prevent further thefts. Motorists are urged to drive carefully as repair works continue, and the public has been asked to report anyone caught damaging or stealing parts from the roads and bridges. You're still watching ICU TV main news. We take another short break, but do stay with us as we bring to you more international news and sports news. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us, and now in our international news. Passengers were forced to jump out from carriages in a train crash that killed 15 people in eastern Ethiopia, a local official has told the BBC. The train derailed on Monday night in the town of Shinel before colliding with a separate stationary train, local broadcaster Diray TV reported. It is unclear how many people were injured, with reports ranging from 27 to 29. Photos published by local media showed several carriages overturned and others crashed. Still in international news, a drone attack has hit an area near the international airport in Sudanese capital, Khartoum, a day before it was set to resume domestic flights for the first time since war broke out in 2023. Residents of the city reported hearing explosions in several districts. Residents of the city reported hearing explosions in several districts early on Tuesday morning. Social media images, yet to be verified by the BBC, appear to show a series of blasts. There is no official information on casualties or damage, and no one has claimed responsibility. On Monday, Sudanese Civil Aviation Authority had announced that the airport would reopen on Wednesday, months after the army recaptured Khartoum from the Rapid Support Forces (RSF) and began repairing the heavily damaged airport. We take a short break. Do join us on the other side as I bring to you sports news. Stay tuned.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
To conclude the news with our sports stories, midfielder Grace Chanda has joined the Copper Queens camp in Johannesburg ahead of Wednesday's Morocco 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Namibia. Chanda arrived this morning alongside Lucio Momwimba and Martha Tembo, who both play in Turkey. Their arrival boosts the foreign-based contingent, which already includes Rachel Kundananji of Bay FC, Irene Lungu from China's Xinsha Club, and Jomera Mapepe of Beijing Jingtan FC. Coach Nora Haptu is now only awaiting the arrival of Priska Chilufya from Angel City FC in the United States to complete the squad. Zambia faces Namibia in the first leg of the final round at Dobsonville Stadium in Soweto on Wednesday, with the return leg scheduled for Sunday at Levi Monawasa Stadium in Ndola. The Zambia Under-17 women's national team, the Copper Princesses, resumed training on Monday as they prepare to face Japan in their second Group F match of the ongoing FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. The team is looking to bounce back after a 2-1 defeat to Paraguay on Sunday. Recovery and training took place at Asfar football pitch in Rabat, with the squad focused on regrouping and strategizing for Wednesday's encounter. That sports item brings us to the end of the main news today, but before we go, a quick recap at stories that made headlines. Zambia commissions first ever glucose and starch manufacturing plant. Zambia National Service continues to deliver on infrastructure development. Court upholds Nakacinda's 18 months conviction for defaming President Hichilema. And in international news, passengers jumped from windows in fatal Ethiopia train crash. And in our sports news, Grace Chanda leads Zambia's Copper Queens squad ahead of Namibia Wafcon Qualifier. We would like to thank you so much for choosing to watch ICU TV. Remember, you can catch this and many more other stories on all our social media platforms, that's ICU TV, or you can visit our website, that's www.icutvzm.com. I have been Emmanuel Zimba and I say stay blessed.